Good morning, everybody. Dylan Shanesy here from Steady Presence. Haven't done a video in a while. I wanted to show you different ways that we deal with waste on the farm. So one thing we like to do this time of year is go around and go what I like to call pumpkin hunting. And so we picked up a bunch of pumpkins from around the neighborhood. Now we don't go and like make it a priority to find pumpkins, but if we're already out and we see pumpkins, then it kind of justifies the expense of gas going into town because we're at least getting food for the chickens. So it's a good way to deal with the waste of Halloween. Trying to do this with one hand. Because you think about it, a pumpkin is food. It's not food that we want to eat because we like the sweet pumpkins. But if we gather that up and give it to the chickens, you know, it's a great use of a resource that takes a lot of energy to create. So another way we deal with waste. It's a Brussels sprout stalk. I'm using it to stir this feed around. I just kind of throw the whatever organic matter that we have into the chicken coop, and it'll just break down into garden soil for next year. Oh, I think I got my bucket clean. Yeah, and I kind of don't have a lot of time to just take you guys around with the camera and show you how I do chores. So we have our automatic door opener that we still have to program yet, but for right now, this Brussels sprout stick, that's my door. There you go. Here the ladies come. Typically I soak my feed. In the summer, I'll ferment the feed. It's easier for the chickens to digest it. But in the winter, I can't let the bucket sit out to ferment. So I just mix it with water. I noticed that if I just put the powder in, they'll peck the powder in a violent way that like splashes the feed out of the container. And I know that there's like feed saving tricks that you can use for powder, but I don't know. I just like to mix it with water. We'll let the ducks out. Also on our pumpkin hunting trip, I grabbed bags of leaves. I like the bags of leaves that have the shredded leaves in it. It's easier to use as bedding for the animals. But I'll take any leaves. And like I said, I won't go into town just to pick up bags of leaves. But if we're already there, then we'll take advantage of it. So that's another way that we use waste. Oh, here's another one. These are dogwood cuttings from my in-laws. And Ash will use those to make Christmas wreaths. So, here we have a bunch of beets that went bad. We bought them without having a plan to store them, and they went bad. Which happens. You expect things to go one way, and then time goes on, and then they slip by. But here, I'll throw the beets out here. Come on, guys. There you go. So I like to feed vegetable scraps to the ducks They do better with it because they have bigger mouths. So I'll throw this pumpkin waste over here. And if they don't need it, they'll just turn into soil for next year. No biggie. Hopefully I cut these beets up in the right size. And we'll give these bigger pieces to the chickens. So the food scraps that I like to give to the chickens are like crackers, grains. They'll eat meat. In fact, when I process rabbit, I'll take all the organs and I'll just put them in the chicken run. They'll peck through what they need, and then anything that's left over, I'll go bury it in a hole. Okay, what else? Oh, another thing that I get on our chicken run, or our pumpkin run, is these potted flowers. People throw their potted flowers, their annual potted flowers, away on the curb, and it has that really good potting mix. So I'll throw those in there. Those will break down and add to the garden. So it's really nice that people throw those away for me to use. Okay, we'll go in here. Oh, gotta make sure I grab my water. I think that's in here. Yes. Yeah, you can see in here I put a bunch of leaves down. So not the best for this purpose, but it'll do. Okay, this water is frozen, but not bad. There you go. Rabbits don't need much water. This rabbit really likes her hay. And this guy's really jumpy. This one's foxy. There we go. Okay, I have to pick up hay from the barn. These guys need more hay. I noticed that the chickens, they like to poop off of their roost here. So they'll just be like a line of poop from where they all sit. It's funny. Oh, this area, the chickens like to roost here, and they poop there too. So I just filled it with wood chips so that it's kind of like a non-stick pan. It's got something that I can chip off. I found a gourd that came with a bag of leaves. Okay, grab a lid for my water. I'm gonna start using this wagon to bring water out. Okay. Ducks are not eating the beets. Let's see. They're finding the ones that are big and are small enough for them to eat. So that's good. Okay. Rabbits don't use a lot, or don't utilize a lot of waste here. But one thing I want to do next year is plant fodder trees from Nick Ferguson. His website is rareplantstore.com. I think it's a catchy name because I don't think the plants are that rare, but maybe he can tell me otherwise. But I'll support him. He has really good selection of fodder trees, and I want to know that I'm getting the right cultivars for our purposes here, so I'll just get it through him. Okay, I need another milk jug. I have to go back here to get it. Okay, my battery is probably gonna die soon. Oh, so anyway, with these fodder trees, I'll plant them, and then you can take, when they get to a decent enough size, you cut them down to about chest height, and then they send out a bunch of shoots, and all of those shoots have leaves on it. So then you get a really prolific growth from these trees, and then you can then I can cut our feed bill, because the pellets for the rabbits are kind of expensive. So there we go. And then this is bath water from last night. If the kids had a bath that didn't have any soap in it, I'll fill these buckets up and bring it out, so I don't waste that water. Another thing I want to do, we have a small hole in our window in our bathroom, so I want to get a long, clear PVC pipe, kind of like the ones that you use to clean fish tanks out. Create a siphon on the bath and water our stock tank gardens with it, because it's right there. I've always wanted to be able to siphon gray water, not really gray water, but siphon some kind of water out of the house to water gardens. So, okay. I do a mental checklist. Everyone has food. Everyone has water. Ducks have water. Gotta go out and do the chicks, but I won't bring you with. Well, maybe I can bring you with. The chicks don't utilize any waste right now, but okay. So I will bring the wagon. No, I need to bring the wagon now because it's gonna snow, I believe. Phone's probably gonna die before I get over to the chicks, but if I hurry. Ash was putting Ted to bed the other night, and they were talking about, well, he brought it up. He brought up planting our garden for next year. And he has some big ideas in store for our garden. He said, this is his quote, he wants to grow enough food that we don't have to go to the grocery store, that people can come to our grocery store. And I didn't teach them that. Nobody taught him that. He just picked it up. So I gotta go through this insulated door here. Okay, here's the chicks. Ash set this up while I was gone. And let's see, they got good food. They have good water. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything in there. I'll come back out. Oh, and then the other thing that I wanted to talk about was I've been having, as a parent on a homestead, it's hard to balance the needs of our kids versus the needs of the animals. I mean, the choice is clear. We're going to take care of our kids first. But what I mean is that they require attention that draws us away from other projects. So I've been trying to focus on balance, giving them the right amount of attention so that we can get our our stuff done. But then as garden season approaches next year, what I'll probably end up doing is just garden at night after they've gone to bed.